Imagine spending thousands of dollars on your dream cruise vacation, only to arrive at a port filled with aggressive vendors, overcrowded streets, safety warnings, endless tourist traps, or honestly, nothing worth seeing at all. Well, in today's video, we're counting down some of the worst cruise ports travelers say to avoid in 2026 based on recent traveler reviews, safety concerns, overcrowding issues, and real cruise passenger experiences. Now, before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cruise news, cruise tips, and honest cruise travel guides here on the channel. That would be a great help. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this doesn't mean every destination on this list is completely terrible for everyone. Some cruisers still genuinely enjoy these ports, but if you're planning a cruise in 2026, these are the destinations you'll want to research very carefully before finalizing your itinerary. And trust me, some of these ports keep appearing over and over again in cruise forums for all the wrong reasons. So with that said, let's get into it. First, Falmouth, Jamaica. Falmouth, Jamaica continues to rank among the most criticized cruise ports heading into 2026. On paper, it sounds amazing. Tropical beaches, reggae culture, waterfalls, jerk chicken, and beautiful Caribbean scenery. But many cruise passengers say the actual port experience feels stressful instead of relaxing. One of the biggest complaints is aggressive selling and harassment outside the secured port area. Travelers frequently mention feeling pressured by vendors, taxi drivers, and unofficial tour guides the moment they leave the terminal. Recent cruise discussions on Reddit and cruise forums still describe Falmouth as uncomfortable, especially for first-time cruisers or families traveling with children. Some passengers even say they choose to stay on board instead of getting off the ship. Another issue in 2026 is ongoing concern over infrastructure recovery and tourism disruptions after severe weather impacts in parts of Jamaica. Cruise itineraries have occasionally changed or caused confusion among passengers. Now, to be fair, excursions to places like Dunn's River Falls can still be beautiful, but many cruisers say the port itself simply isn't enjoyable unless you already have a pre-booked excursion. If you do stop here, most experienced cruisers recommend booking excursions directly through the cruise line, avoiding wandering far from the port independently and returning to the ship before dark. And honestly, if your cruise itinerary heavily relies on Falmouth as a highlight destination, you may want to think twice. Next is Nassau, Bahamas. Nassau, Bahamas is probably one of the most controversial cruise ports in the world, and unfortunately for many cruisers, it's also one of the most overused. The port of Nassau handled over 6 million cruise passengers recently, making it one of the busiest cruise ports on Earth. So what's the problem? Crowds. Massive crowds. In 2026, it's common for several megaships to dock at the same time, flooding the streets with thousands upon thousands of tourists all at once. Cruisers often complain about long taxi lines, packed beaches, overcrowded shopping streets, pushy vendors, overpriced souvenirs, and very little authentic local experience. Cruise critics and travel analysts continue warning travelers about over-tourism in ports like Nassau and other major Caribbean destinations. And here's the thing, many cruisers say Nassau feels less like a tropical paradise and more like a giant tourist funnel designed to extract money from cruise passengers as quickly as possible. Even experienced cruisers often treat Nassau as a stay-on-the-ship day. Now yes, there are good excursions. Atlantis Resort, Blue Lagoon Island, and Pearl Island remain popular. But if you're expecting a peaceful Caribbean escape right off the ship, Nassau in 2026 may disappoint you, especially during peak cruise season. Third on the list is Belize. Belize itself is beautiful. The problem is Belize City. This port has continued receiving criticism due to crime concerns, poor walkability, and lack of attractions directly near the cruise terminal. In fact, recent travel safety discussions in 2026 specifically highlighted Belize City among ports travelers should carefully research before booking excursions. And unlike many cruise ports where you can simply walk off the ship and explore safely, Belize City often requires booking a structured excursion if you want to enjoy the destination properly. Another major downside is tendering. Large cruise ships usually cannot dock directly at Belize City, meaning passengers must take tender boats from ship to shore. That may not sound terrible until you realize it can eat up huge chunks of your port day. Some cruisers report waiting long periods just to get ashore, especially when multiple ships arrive simultaneously. Then, once you finally arrive, many passengers say the immediate port area feels run down and underwhelming. The good news is, Belize has incredible natural attractions outside the city, including cave tubing, snorkeling, Mayan ruins, and jungle tours. But again, you'll almost certainly need an organized excursion. If you're hoping for a simple walk around and explore kind of cruise port, Belize City may not be worth it. Next on the list is Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Ocho Rios is one of those cruise ports that can either become the highlight of your trip or a day you wish you could skip entirely. If you book excursions like Dunn's River Falls, river tubing, or the Blue Hole, you'll probably experience one of the most exciting and memorable adventure days in the Caribbean. But the experience changes dramatically if you arrive without a plan. The moment you leave the terminal, you're immediately surrounded by non-stop taxi offers, aggressive tour pitches, and vendors trying to pull tourists into shops. Some cruisers don't mind the energy and hustle, but others quickly feel overwhelmed and uncomfortable. That contrast is exactly what makes Ocho Rios such a risky port. The highs are incredibly high, but the experience can go downhill fast if you arrive unprepared. Now this one may surprise some people, because Cozumel is extremely popular. But that popularity is exactly why many cruisers are becoming tired of it. Cozumel is now one of the busiest cruise ports in the world, welcoming millions of passengers every year. And in 2026, overcrowding has become one of the biggest complaints. Cruisers frequently describe packed beaches, congested shopping areas, expensive tourist zones, long waits for taxis, and excursions that feel rushed and overcrowded. Some travelers also say the port feels overly commercialized now compared to years ago. And if several ships dock at once, which happens often, the island can feel absolutely flooded with tourists. Now don't get me wrong, Cozumel still has excellent scuba diving and snorkeling. But if you're not booking water excursions, many cruisers say the experience has become repetitive and touristy. Some repeat cruisers even rank Cozumel among the ports they now skip entirely. If your itinerary includes Cozumel, you'll probably enjoy it more if you book beach clubs in advance, choose early morning excursions, or avoid crowded downtown shopping areas. Otherwise, it can quickly become another overcrowded cruise stop with little breathing room. Costa Maya, Mexico. Costa Maya feels like a cruise port built entirely around tourism, and honestly, you can feel that almost immediately after stepping off the ship. The terminal is packed with souvenir shops, pools, bars, restaurants, and performers, all designed to keep passengers spending money the entire day. Some cruisers dislike the artificial, overly commercial atmosphere, while others actually enjoy how convenient and easy everything feels. The truth is, Costa Maya becomes a much better experience once you leave the immediate port area. There are genuinely worthwhile excursions nearby, including Mayan ruins, beach clubs, and cultural experiences that showcase a more authentic side of the region. However, if you stay too long inside the terminal zone, it can start feeling less like Mexico and more like a cruise-sponsored theme park. And with Royal Caribbean continuing its major Perfect Day Mexico development in the area, this port may look completely different in the next few years. Bimini, Bahamas. Bimini has become increasingly common on short Bahamas itineraries, but many cruisers say it feels more like a cruise line extension than an actual destination. One major complaint is that there simply isn't much to do unless you pay extra for beach clubs or excursions. Cruise forums continue showing passengers calling Bimini boring, repetitive, or skippable altogether. Another issue is infrastructure. When multiple ships arrive, transportation options can become limited and crowded very quickly. Some travelers also say the beaches near the port can feel overcrowded and less impressive than cruise advertisements suggest. And because many itineraries use Bimini as a filler stop on shorter cruises, some passengers feel disappointed after expecting a more authentic Bahamian experience. For many cruisers, Bimini ends up becoming a short beach stop, a pool day, or simply a ship day, especially for experienced travelers who've already visited more scenic Caribbean destinations. Now this section needs context. Private cruise destinations in Haiti, like Labadee, are heavily controlled resort-style areas and can often feel safe inside the secured tourist zone. However, regional instability in Haiti continues affecting cruise operations in 2026. Haiti remains under serious travel advisories because of gang violence and political instability. And because of that, cruise itineraries involving Haiti can change suddenly. Some sailings have experienced reroutes, cancellations, or uncertainty close to departure dates. Cruise passengers on social media and forums have repeatedly discussed itinerary disruptions connected to Caribbean instability. Now again, many passengers who actually visit private resort areas report having perfectly fine experiences. But the unpredictability itself is becoming a major concern for travelers booking cruises far in advance. And if itinerary reliability matters to you, Caribbean routes involving politically unstable regions may carry more risk in 2026 than many travelers realize. Now, this final category isn't about crime or danger. It's about overcrowding. Some famous European cruise ports are becoming victims of their own popularity. Places connected to Venice, Barcelona, Naples, and parts of the Mediterranean continue struggling with over-tourism from massive cruise ship traffic. Cruisers often imagine charming European streets and peaceful cafes, but in reality, you may encounter packed tourist zones, long transportation waits, huge excursion crowds, and local resentment toward cruise tourism. Venice especially has spent years restricting large cruise ships because of environmental and tourism concerns. And in 2026, Mediterranean cruise demand remains extremely high. Now, these destinations are still beautiful, but if you hate crowds, peak season Mediterranean cruises may feel more stressful than relaxing, especially during summer sailings. So, are these cruise ports completely terrible? Not necessarily. Some travelers still love them. But based on recent traveler reviews, cruise discussions, overcrowding trends, and ongoing safety concerns in 2026, these are the ports many cruisers say they would avoid, skip, or seriously reconsider. And honestly, one of the biggest lessons in cruising is this: the ship matters, but the ports matter too. A bad port day can absolutely affect your entire vacation experience. So before booking your next cruise, research every stop carefully. Read recent traveler reviews, check current travel advisories, and don't just trust the glossy cruise brochure photos. Because sometimes the perfect tropical paradise online looks very different in real life. Now we want to hear from you. What's the worst cruise port you have ever visited? And which cruise destination would you never go back to? Drop your experiences in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And before you go, make sure to check out our next video. These 9 new cruise ships will change everything, where we reveal the incredible new megaships, groundbreaking features, and game-changing innovations coming to the cruise industry. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy cruising!